everybody. This is Carole Freeman. I'm with Hypnotic Nutrition. I'm the creator of the 90-Day Keto Diet Challenge program, and I'm here today with
Mikayla, the intern.
And I'm Daniel, a dietitian.
All right. Special guest star here today who is a, he doesn't even mind if I call him a fat snob, so that's why we have him here today. But we'll get into a little bit more about your background and well, heck, let's just do that now. Do you mind sharing your nutrition philosophy, or where do you get your inspiration for your approach?
Sure. My philosophy is as close to real whole foods as possible. I always tag the unpasteurized and raw as much as possible because I really love milk and dairy and things like that. But a lot of that passion stems from the teachings and principles of Dr. Weston A. Price.
Yeah. Well, I'm so glad you could be here. It worked out.
Pleasure to be here, actually.
Yeah. Well, great. Okay, so today we are going to be tasting heavy whipping cream. So we have 4 different varieties. So we're starting with the best first. No, just kidding. We're going to be doing this Darigold, seeing Trader Joe's organic heavy whipping cream, Twin Brook Creamery, pure. How do you say that? Are you Irish at all? You look like you could be Irish.
Eire.
Well, I don't tan, so probably.
Pure Eire?
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 Okay,
Eire.
we're all guessing. Yeah, pure Eire. It's organic, 100% grass-fed Jersey cows.
USDA organic.
Yeah, non-GMO, and it's animal welfare approved. Non-homogenized too. So
Perfect.
start out with. Yes, let's pass our glasses over here. Just 4 of us, or wait, I can't even count. 4 creams, 3 of us sitting around on a Friday night with our martini glasses. Are you going to object to this one? Fat snob.
No, I'll get to that.
Okay. Tell me when.
That's good.
Okay.
So it doesn't have any smell to it.
Smells like air.
I mean, it's got a nice, like, thicker,
Very uniform look to it.
yeah, what cream should look like, probably, right?
Right? What you think it should look like.
Mm-hmm. Should I
Right.
taste it?
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, cheers to cream. It tastes like, to me, like what a melted ice cream, like a store brand, low quality melted ice cream would taste like.
Without sugar.
Well, yeah, without
Yes.
sugar, of course.
It's very thick.
Yeah, and it coats my throat as it goes down.
Mm-hmm. It's almost flavorless, though,
Oh,
for me.
okay. I get a flavor, but I don't know
Very light.
how to describe the flavor.
It's like what you expect cream to taste like almost.
Now let's talk about the ingredients here. Heavy cream, mono and diglycerides, Carrageenan, disodium phosphate, sodium citrate, and polysorbate 80. Why are they in there first? Got some things that make it uniform texture, thickening agents, preservative.
That shelf life up
Yeah,
there.
basically they're all things that make it pseudo thicker on the tongue, give it a longer shelf life. People tend to like the uniform texture as well. They don't, cream or whole milk should actually separate.
Well, it's also homogenized and ultra pasteurized, which
Right.
ultra pasteurized is at high heat. So there's a lot of probiotics and enzymes, and the higher heat you pasteurize it at, the more you destroy.
Tell people what's going on in something that's not pasteurized versus.
Yeah.
Isn't pasteurized better because we kill the germs?
Well, technically that's true, but so a lot of milk comes from a lot of dairies that pool their milk together, and they have to, of course, pasteurize it because they want to reduce the risk of E. coli and bacteria. You know, I'm not sure where all this milk comes from. There's not really a direct source
Right.
that the product says it comes from. That's their fail-safe. They pool it all together and they pasteurize it, and unfortunately they destroy some of the beneficial things in it.
Maybe some of you are familiar with mother's breast milk.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the benefits that the baby gets from that are probiotics in there, prebiotics, antibodies that are passed on to the infant. So natural raw cow milk has those things as well, but when you pasteurize it, you
Destroy
nullify
them.
a lot of that. Trader Joe's organic heavy whipping cream. It is USDA organic and also the Oregon Tilth organic certified as well. So some of you might be wondering, cream, heavy whipping cream, who cares? What's the difference? Oh, see, now this one. The ingredients in this one, organic grade A milk and Gellan gum. So we'll have to talk about that. But we did see some lumps coming out.
So I like the fact that there's a lot less ingredients in this. Got almost the same color, same
Oh yeah, we can
thickness, consistency,
compare colors.
off-white.
Texture seems a little more natural.
And the fact that lumps were coming out, it doesn't mean it's bad. It's just probably in travel or some butter forms of the butter solids that you can scrape out and not drop on my computer. Right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Would you like to taste that as well?
It's bonus butter.
Would you like some butter?
I got some in my cup.
Oh, okay.
Ugh, that doesn't taste good.
No?
Tastes like the side of the carton.
Oh, well, that's something else we can talk about as well. Was this mine? Any odor?
No.
No smell.
Mm-mm.
Non-detectable.
And I get the,
I think it's very similar.
It has a bit more flavor to
it doesn't think, it's not as thick to me.
It's not as thick, but it's got those thicker globules
Yeah.
compared to the first one, which didn't have it.
Right.
So,
Well, because, yeah, the first one, because of the diglycerides that are in there, it's going to maintain that uniform thick texture.
it's actually not bad.
Well, they're both technically heavy whipping cream, which,
Well, I think we decided that Darigold was cheating because they call it heavy whipping cream, but it's only 36%.
right. So let's talk about that. So naturally, whole milk that comes out of the cow, 3.25 to 3.5% fat. What naturally will rise to the top? The cream is going to float to the top. Gravity pulls down on water more than it does on the fat molecules, and so they float to the top. Natural cream is what just comes to the top. You can skim that off, and that's about 20% fat. Then you're left with skim milk on the bottom, light cream, 20% fat. Whipping cream is about 35% fat. Then we get to what we're tasting today. Actually, I think the Darigold and Trader Joe's are considered heavy whipping cream. So that's at 38% or higher. Although Darigold is only 36% fat, so technically it's a whipping cream with added thickeners, so they can call it heavy whipping cream. It's simulated heavy whipping cream. Well, one of the ingredient differences in Darigold has Carrageenan. Trader Joe's used to have Carrageenan in theirs, and there's been a lot of controversy about that ingredient. It's derived from seaweed, and so it's used in ice cream and a lot of dairy products as a thickener. Sounds like it should be natural. It's from seaweed. It should be okay, right? Some research shows that it might cause some lesions or damage in the intestines. People analyzing that research says it was, well,
The cat likes it.
the cat likes it.
Actually, yeah.
And he takes.
No, I don't think he likes it.
We'll see. We'll have to compare it to the other ones.
Yeah.
The cat taste test. You missed the bacon one, but we had some bacon that was so bad the cats wouldn't even touch
Really?
the bacon.
Yeah, it fell on the floor, and we were like, oh, the cats will eat it, but they wouldn't.
Yeah.
He didn't like actually that cream,
Yeah.
which is surprising.
So back to the Carrageenan controversy. The research that's been done on that was there's two different forms of Carrageenan. So there's a food grade one, and then there's a non-food grade one. The research on rats was done on the non-food grade one, and so there's some thought that it may not be valid, that it actually causes those lesions in the intestines. However, I know plenty of people that have IBS symptoms and things like that that are aggravated when they consume products that have Carrageenan in them. I know that that's the why Trader Joe's now, they no longer have Carrageenan in theirs. They have Gellan gum, which we looked up. Will you share with us what is Gellan? Gellan.
Gellan gum is a water-soluble anionic polysaccharide that's derived from a bacterium that they get from the lily plant.
Wow.
Good memorization.
Yes.
Okay.
So, all right. So next we're trying this Twin Brook and good old Jersey cows. Now you might notice on this, can you see at the bottom that little bit of grayish color? That's actually natural, what happens when you don't have homogenized milk products. And then at the top, we've got the really thick cream, almost buttery type stuff. Would you like to tell us about homogenization?
So homogenization is a process dairy goes through.
Did you say dairy ghost?
Dairy goes through.
Okay.
Sorry. Pushes all the fat globules through like a really small
Nozzle they shoot.
Yeah. So it all becomes more uniform, and actually not the best process to submit cream to because it destroys its healthy benefits. Try to get
Non-homogenized.
non-homogenized.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So the last two that we have, so the pure Eire or Eire and the Twin Brooks are both non-homogenized. So they're going to have some separation where you get the lighter color, which actually technically at the very bottom is a little bit of skim milk. So, and then in the middle is all the fatty cream, and the top is going to be almost butter-like fat on the top. So that's going to be a natural thing to see. And that's how you know it's not homogenized. Well, do you want to taste the butter on this one?
I do actually.
Now, what do you notice about the color already on this?
So it's a lot more yellow.
Right. Why do we want yellow milk?
I guess you can't see
Yeah.
the color.
It indicates that it's more nutrient dense.
And it generally indicates the quality of the food that the cows are eating. Oh, you guys took it all.
Oh, you can have some of mine. I got a big
Cheers.
scoop.
Okay.
Typically, the more yellow the butter, the more nutrients it is. You want it almost like a egg yolk, yellow, deep yellow, not. So the one that's processed and homogenized in the store is going to be light, kind of like this is.
Mm-hmm.
But if you can get your hands on raw butter, that's the best thing you can do.
It's actually very light, smooth texture
It's a little bit sweet
It
too.
reminds me of ice cream.
with no sugar in
Even better.
it. All
That's actually pretty good.
right, so we have to actually taste it too. So already you can see a big difference in the color. It's,
Oh
what do
yeah.
you call that? Yellowy, rich yellow
Look to
color. Is that eggshell or something? I don't know.
So again,
Do you smell?
no real
Odor.
odor. That's definitely
Totally
sweeter.
different flavor.
Yeah.
I could drink this like water.
You're gonna be fighting to take that home afterwards. Is that a?
Mhm.
Not if I get there first.
So the texture is definitely different. Whereas the Darigold was like it just coated my mouth with like almost a waxiness, thick, and as it went down my throat, it just felt like it was coating my throat. Like
Yeah, waxy is a good way to describe
yeah,
it.
and whereas this is just it just glides down. It's definitely
Truly
thick
it
and
does.
creamy, but it's
silkier.
Yes, that's the word I would describe.
silky.
Silkier.
Yeah.
I may have looked up synonyms for creamy before I got here.
This is better than any cocktail at the restaurants.
Yeah. And it's speaking of cocktails, I was gonna say price wise. So the Darigold around between
Do you want to pour me some more?
$3 1/4, $3.50 for a pint of the Darigold Heavy Cream. Trader Joe's $3.99 for a pint as well, same size. The Twin Brooks was $3.49.
Wow.
So it was actually cost less than the Trader Joe's organic. Small downside is that you've got to pay a deposit on that really nice thick glass bottle, which is $1.95. However, milk and fat in glass is going to be much better because you're not getting all these cartons like this are lined with BPA, and so you're going to get some exposure to those.
Yeah, it's not going to affect the flavor as much either.
Right.
So,
I think, you've only got to pay the deposit one time, and then when you take it back the next time, you're not having to pay that. So it's a small investment in
Mhm.
health and flavor.
absolutely.
So it actually, it cost a little bit less than Trader Joe's organic cream.
That's really good.
Think
Like
Now
I
save room
noticed-
for the last one.
I don't
Yeah.
worry, I will.
Don't fill up on Jersey milk.
And to me, it tastes like milk a little bit.
Mhm.
It's got a milk flavor, whereas the other one is just like a thick, sludgy cream.
Yeah, it tastes
Yeah.
like it came off of a farm.
All right, we should move on to our final delicious cream, the pure Irish, pure Eire.
And it's in a tiny little bottle, so you know.
Yes, so this is half the size of the other ones that we have tried, and it is $3.49 as well. So it's twice as expensive as the Twin Brooks.
Liquid gold in there.
Yeah, that was my line.
Non-homogenized, but I don't see as much cream or the fatty, buttery stuff at the top.
It's probably hiding right here
Oh,
in the cap.
do you want to dig around for some in there?
Oh, okay.
Very light.
Yeah, it's a much.
It's not as thick as the
Yeah.
Twin Brook.
Definitely not the same level of.
Yeah, it's not buttery. It's more just like thick cream.
Mhm.
Pure Eire.
I'm expecting a lot from this. Got
It looks
all.
like it's. The Twin Brooks was a deeper yellow, actually, is what I'm seeing.
I
This
think
is-
so.
This is like a melted French vanilla ice cream color.
And this
Good,
one
good
does,
description.
this one does have a stronger, like milky, creamy smell. If you notice, can you
I'm
smell?
not sure that I get that, but maybe
my-
your nose is more
Your-
attuned. And how about viscosity? Looks pretty similar to the Twin Brooks, I would say. Maybe thicker.
I would say a little bit thinner.
Oh, okay.
My
Let's see how it
personal opinion.
feels on my. It's thicker on my palate. To me, it's a thicker.
It's thinner
Not
to
you?
me.
Really?
Thinner to me
Yeah.
too.
Wow.
Like it's not quite as
It's
Wait.
thick on your tongue.
Okay.
right.
All right.
Two
Fine.
against one.
Now the Twin Brooks to me tastes grassier. Like is that
Yeah, it
do you
does.
think that like
Yes.
It's got more of a
farmier,
natural, yeah.
like a
That
natural
fresher
farming?
taste.
Yeah, it does.
Like that came from a cow and not a factory.
Yeah. Well, and I wonder, unfortunately, I mean, even though this is twice as expensive, it is coming in a little plastic container. So I wonder how much the container is affecting the flavor. Yeah, delicious. It's not as rich of a flavor as the Twin Brooks for sure.
But this is also Jersey milk, right?
Oh, right. We didn't talk about the Jersey milk. Why we even care about Jersey milk? So the pure Eire and the Twin Brooks are both from Jersey cows. Now most of the milk in the United States comes from Holstein cows, and the reason we like that, or why farmers like that, is because Holstein cows are big cows. They have a large yield of milk, and of course you can make more money with that, and they're the most common. So most of the dairy in the United States comes from Holstein cows. One of the proteins in milk is called casein, and it's the one that when people have sensitivity to it, they tend to be most sensitive to casein, whey and casein. So remember Little Miss Muffet sat on her tuffet? She was eating curds and whey. So curds are what casein is, the protein. They clump together. So it's what makes cheese clump together. It's what cottage cheese, those little curds and that is. That's casein clumping together. And they found out there's predominantly 2 different types of casein, and they call it A1 and A2. Now the Holstein cows tend to have predominantly the A1 type of casein, and then Jersey cows tend to have predominantly A2 casein. And it seems that A1 milk actually has a lot more association with allergies to dairy products and people not being able to digest it very well. However, they find that when people switch to Jersey milk, they have less digestive issues or maybe none. And
Jersey milk also tends to be more nutrient dense. It has a better nutrient profile than Holstein milk does.
did you find too that had more omega-3 fats in it as well?
Yes, it has a better ratio of omega-3 to omega-6 fats, as well as does organic milk.
Okay. And especially then when it's grass-fed, it's going to have even higher omega-3 fats
Absolutely.
too. So, and we did look up Twin Brooks. They are a grass-fed farm as well. They don't put that on their container, but they actually have that on their website.
Did this Erie one not have it? Oh,
It does,
is grass-fed.
Yeah, that one's
Okay.
grass-fed as well. Yeah. Yeah. Well, so now that we've tasted all 4, let's. Are you ready to give your winner and your loser?
Okay, I want to hear what he has to say first.
Oh.
So surprisingly,
Might change my answer.
we had this one as our top tier.
Right, based
cream.
on all the criteria that it's local, it's organic, it's grass-fed, it's non-pasteurized, or it's non-homogenized.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the most expensive.
I was hoping to put this one on top just because it was, the most expensive, and it's a small container. It's got all the grass-fed,
All the credentials on the bottle
Yes.
there.
Yes. However, I actually think I prefer the one before it, the Twin Brook Creamery. It was a little thicker, a little grassier, fresher, milkier, creamier, silkier taste. Sorry to take your word. But
That's a good word.
I'll allow it.
I do enjoy the fact that it was in the glass bottle and this was in the plastic bottle. So that's why I think that was my top winner. And then we can forget about the Darigold and the Trader Joe's.
You're not even going to rank them.
I'm not even going to rank them.
Okay. Just between those 2, you had a winner and a loser.
Yeah,
Okay.
the fact that the Darigold has stuff added to it, and also the organic heavy whipping cream. Organic never really impresses me as far as it comes to milk. If it's pasteurized and organic, I don't care. If it was organic and raw fed, I'll gung ho.
What are your thoughts about the silkiness that went down your esophagus?
Yeah. I think if I were going to go to the grocery store, I'd have to pick out the Twin Brooks because it's not as expensive, or it's at least the same price as the Darigold, but without all the additives.
Mm-hmm.
Grass-fed, it just tastes more natural. It tasted fresher. I enjoyed the sensation of drinking it much more.
How about your loser?
She didn't even care about it either.
Yeah. Yeah, sadly, we get Darigold in my house because that's what they sell in the Costco size bottle. Now that I've tried it, I think I'm spoiled. I might have to go spring for that deposit and go get some Twin Brooks from PFC.
You might have to hide it somewhere in the back of the fridge where nobody else
Yeah.
knows where it is. Well, I think I'm going to have to agree with everybody here. Actually, the Twin Brooks, to me, the fact that it was separating shows it's just a higher quality. It's definitely tasted fresher and looks fresher. The bright yellow color of it, I know there's going to be a lot more nutrients in there.
Chunky.
Yes. So it's like a bonus. It's like you get a cup of cream and a few chunks of butter at the same time. So it's a dairy cocktail, I guess. And I agree, Darigold is, just the mouthfeel of it, comparing to the other ones especially, just seems so synthetic and fake. It's not what real cream even tastes like. It's like what you said. It's like what you think cream should taste like and feel like in your mouth, and not a winner at all for me. Well, maybe with a little rum and nutmeg. How about that?
That's fine. Let's
There
bring
you
it
go.
on.
Yeah. All right. Well,
You
maybe
can make
we'll.
that into a killer White Russian.
Oh, there you go. Oh my gosh. I don't even. Is that vodka and?
Vodka, coffee liqueur, and cream.
Okay. Yeah. There we go. We're gonna do that next because it is Friday
Next
night
on
or
Keto
something.
Chat.
Yeah.
We get drunk on cream liqueur.
We'll have a Big Lebowski edition.
Yes, exactly.
Thank you everyone for watching, listening. If you enjoy this, give us a thumbs up. Subscribe. We'll have some more. If you have ideas for things you'd like to have us test for you and analyze, high fat things, low carb, low sugar, moderate protein, give us some ideas in the comments. And thanks, Mikayla. Thank you, Daniel, for being here.
Pleasure to be here.
And that's all for now. Bye.
Happy Friday.